This is the Boss GX-100 guitar effects processor. Let's talk about it. I have been using Boss multi-effects units for the last 12 years or so, and after owning the Boss GT10 and the GT100 guitar effects processors, this right here is the third one that I have purchased for myself, and this is the Boss GX100, everyone. And this is the most amazing guitar effects processor that I have ever owned myself, because it sounds amazing, it is lightweight and portable, and it comes packed in with all the features that I need as a guitar player, because I play a lot of live shows and I record a lot of music in my computer for my videos and whatnot. So this is a great product, and I am very happy that I decided to buy this one over anything else in this price range. Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I hope that you guys are having an amazing time out there. My name is Rajorshi Mitter and this is my channel, Mr. Mitter. Oh my god, I have never done that before. I said my name and my channel's name for the very first time, and that's why I look so nervous and shaky. Please excuse me for that. And this is the very first video from my channel in this year, 2023. And on that note, I would like to wish you all a very happy new year. I wish you all the success and health, and may you live a beautiful and happy life with your loved ones and family. So let's take a look at the GX100 FX unit. So whenever we look at the processor, or at least I look at the processor, I look at the screen over here, because this is the very first time Boss has featured a touch screen in any of their multi-effects units, and this touch screen is really bright. I have kind of dimmed it down for the sake of the video, but this can go really bright and you can use it under direct sunlight if you have to. I have done that, that's why I can say that. So this touchscreen is really responsive, and it makes your life a lot easier while you have to edit your tones, make some quick changes, or maybe if you have to move your effects around in the signal chain or something like that. Apart from the screen, we have got the familiar foot switches which we get in our multi-effects units. So we have 8 of them over here. The first 4 of the bottom row basically correspond to the 4 patches of each bank. So basically we get 4 patches in each bank. And then we have these 2 C1 and C2 foot switches. These are freely assignable control switches. By default, the C2 basically works as a tuner, and if you push it down and hold it, it opens up the manual mode. But I have disabled that because I do something else if I have to get to the tuner. And apart from these, we have these 2 foot switches for the bank down and bank up. Now coming to the knobs and encoders and all that, we have these 4 encoders over here which correspond to the parameters which are there at the bottom of the screen. So whenever you are inside some effects or some controls, or maybe at the home screen, you would usually have 4 parameters which can be controlled using these 4 encoders, and these encoders also double up as buttons. So these are clickable encoders. So a few things inside the processor needs to be selected and deselected, so you can use these buttons to select and deselect those things. And these encoders are not the smooth ones which we used to have in the older Boss multi-effects units, like the ones that I had. These have stages basically, so they click whenever you move them around. So that makes it a little more accurate, like a lot more accurate for us to scroll through the parameters. Apart from these, we have a lot of buttons over here. So we have the page left and right buttons to take you through the various pages of your effects, or maybe the home screen of the processor. And then we have these buttons over here. These are the in-out settings, the menu, the global menu, which is the right button used to save and exchange patches from one place to the other. Then we have the control and expression button used to assign effects and control, like used to assign effects inside whatever pedal, like foot switches you have over here, and the expression pedal as well. And then we have the FX button. We are going to talk about the FX button in a little detail in this video itself, so stick with me on that. And then the exit button, basically the back button that we have in our phones or something like that, it corresponds to that. And last but not the least, we have the select encoder over here. Just like this one, it is clickable, and it also is it also moves in stages, and it basically is the global control knob of the processor. think of it as the mouse that we have in our PC. It's like that. And then we have the output level knob over here, and we have a great expression pedal here. It feels great. It has a nice texture on top so that your foot does not slip if you are using it with some sort of footwear or something like that. So it's really nice. So this is the top part of the processor. Now let's talk about the ins and outs that we get in the unit. So the standard ones that we have the guitar in, the stereo out, and then we have a headphones out. Apart from that, we have a send and return jack, like your mono, what do we call it, the FX loop, where you can hook up your external FX units, not the FX units, like your distortion pedals or something like that inside the FX chain of your processor. Apart from that, we have an expression / control switch where you can hook up an external expression pedal if you want to, or you can hook up external assignable foot switches, just like the ones we have here. So if you want to expand some more control, if you want to have some more control rather and expand your rig, you can do that as well. Apart from that, we have 5-pin MIDI in and out. We have a USB port. We have a optional Bluetooth connector. So if you want, you can get the Boss BT Dual Bluetooth adapter and connect it to your processor so that you can use your Android phone or tablet, and maybe even your iPhone or iPad to edit your tones on the fly, and that too wirelessly. And about the USB, the USB connection enables you to use your processor as an audio interface when you have hooked it up with your computer, and you will be able to edit your tones inside your PC using the Boss Tone Studio software, and you can save your tones. You can import your impulse response models inside the processor. This one allows you to do that, so that's really cool. So you can load up to 16 impulse responses inside the GX-100, and you can do the same using the USB port itself. And you can download tones from the Boss Tone Central community, and that's really nice, I would say. And apart from that, what do we have? We have the DC in for your power supply. So that's about the ins and outs of the processor. And now let me do something for you guys, since you have been there with me for such a long time in this video itself. So what exactly is that? Let's get into the next section of the video. Okay, so as you can see, I am here with my guitar. Why even? Because I want to show you a tone that I made for myself, and a few interesting things that I do with this one patch using some controls and foot switches over here. So let's listen to the basic sound. This is the high gain riff that I use for my recordings and stage shows. So this is how it sounds. So it sounds really good to my ears, and this is a dual amp tone, of course. So yes, you can have a dual amp thing inside the Boss GX-100. So what exactly am I doing with the sound? Let's see. So inside the effects, if I press the FX button, it takes you inside the FX chain of the processor. So if you move around, like if you touch the screen and move around, you can move around the FX chain quite easily. So that's really cool, and it has got a few effects engaged. So you can see 2 amps, 2 cabs, 2 noise reduction, then an EQ, and a few effects are switched off and all that. So let me show you what I do with this tone. So this is the main tone. Now this tone also doubles up as my solo tone. So if I press the C2 button over here, yeah, a lot of delay over there. And what I did here was I just assigned the boost and delay and reverb on this one. So yes, you can assign multiple parameters on one control switch itself. So when it's turned off, no light is there, and when I turn it on, it turns red, and it engages everything that I have given inside this patch. So I don't really have to have a separate patch for solo. So because since I have the same sound, just the volume is increased and the delay and reverb come in, I do this in the same patch itself. So this one basically increases the volume of the tone and engages the delay and reverb in the patch. So I'll switch it off. So this is the riff sound. Solo. And it also retains the delay even if I switch it off. So that's really cool. And the third thing that I do with this tone that's really innovative, I would say, because I was thinking about doing this, and I saw a few videos on YouTube, people doing this really cool thing. Basically, whenever you are playing live, and when you are, let's say that you are playing a rock song and it has a chorus and it has got a nice open power chord section that you're playing. So something like... something like that, but it's good and all that. But if I do this and listen to the sound now. So as you can hear, it's spread out a little and it sounds like as if two guitars are being played at the same time. The thing that we do in the studio when we take dual track guitars. So whenever you are the only guitar player on stage and you want that width and that nice bit of space while you're playing your power chords, this is really cool. This is really cool, I would say, and you can do that pretty easily in the Boss processor. So when I switch it off, it's the normal. When I switch it on, it's really wide and big. So how did I do that? So Boss basically allows you to use the current selected patch foot switch as a third control foot switch. So this is a little secret that you may not know. So we have the C1. I have this assigned to the tap tempo. So if I have to tap the delay according to the tempo of the song, I can use this. This one engages the volume boost and delay and reverb. And this one, since the first foot switch is already selected, this is lying useless. So that's why what Boss did was, Boss did a really clever thing. They allowed you to use this foot switch as a third control switch. So this is acting as a C1, C2, C3. So I am looking at this as C3 right here. Since this tone is a dual amp tone, we have a few additional options which processors who do not have a dual amp path lack, which is this mix. The dual amp thing usually starts with a divider block and it ends with a mix block. So we'll talk about this in a little more detail in some other video, but just to give you a little glimpse, what I'm doing here is in the mix, like inside the mix, what do we call it, the node or that block, we have the mode, we have the levels, and then we have the balance and the spread. So stereo mode basically means it takes everything and pushes it out as a single stereo signal. And then there is a second mode called pan, right here, pan LR. So pan LR means the left amp, the sound of the left amp goes through the left speaker, and the sound of the right, like the bottom amp, goes through the right speaker. So when I press this button right here, what I've done is I have engaged the pan thing over here. So when it's normal, it's stereo. When I hit it, it's pan. So this is one of those things that I've done. Now the second thing is the spread. So when I press this button, the spread increases to 30. So it creates a little delay between the left and the right signal. So when it's the spread is 0 and the mode is stereo, it's like, and when the spread is 30 and the mode is pan, it's like, the spreading thing or the width is happening because of the spread engaged over here. So that's really cool. And the third thing that I have done on the same foot switch is I have engaged, like I have put an EQ over here, like an additional EQ, because I'm using this as a volume boost. Because what I noticed is that when I am changing the mode from stereo to pan and I'm engaging like I'm bringing in some spread, the volume of the tone is reducing a little. So to compensate for that volume loss, I am using this EQ. Nothing, like I'm not changing the parameters of the EQ part, but I'm increasing the volume and I'm using it as a boost. So this is engaging, like this is changing from stereo to pan. This is also bringing in the spread, and this is also increasing the volume by using the that EQ thing that I'm using as a boost. So once again, this is the normal tone. This is a spread out power chord tone. And this is my solo tone. As before, I like a lot of delay in my tone, so it's going, and now it's gone finally. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll be coming back with a lot more using this product, using some other products and some general stuff and some other stuffs as well. So some more regular videos to be coming from my YouTube channel. I promise that to you guys. So thank you so much for sticking around for such a long time, and I hope that you guys are having a great time ahead, and you guys will be having a great time ahead, and I wish you all the very best for your future, and may you stay healthy and happy all the time. Have a great time everyone. Until the next video, this is Rajarshi Mitter from Mr. Mitter, and that's about it. Goodbye everyone.